Hey ladies, it's Mary. It is let's see where we're at. It is day 3 of the 5-day challenge of Who Is She? Working through the starter journal. I hope that this has been great. I've been receiving some really wonderful emails, some insightful emails. So big shout out to those of you that are keeping me in the loop so that I can champion you on. I am here for you, whatever you need. Just don't hesitate to include me in your journey as I am mine with you, because to know that you're not alone in this is really helps me to stay true to myself. So anyway, I hope that this is helping. From the looks of what's coming in my inbox, I think I'm on the right path, but go ahead and give me a thumbs up or something, or if there's a topic that you want me to, are interested in me going deeper on, send me an email. I'm happy to do that also if I feel as though I have something to share about that. So the past 2 days, we have been taking a look at external achievements and internal alignment. And that's what this whole year-long process is about. And I'm going to keep harping on that, because that thinking, that way of thinking is new for some of us. And as I mentioned in yesterday's email, that change doesn't often feel good. And those around us who are not on a growth path can sometimes get nervous, offended, feeling like they're being left behind, feeling like you are going on with life without them. So never underestimate the power that people in your circle have on you. And now might be a really good time to look at this as we go into day 3, and we are going to talk about what keeps holding us back. And sometimes it is the people that we are surrounded with. And I'll talk a little bit more about how to navigate through that throughout our conversation here today. But this, step up or step in to internal alignment is where we're going to go deeper in today, and where you're brave, where in your life, in a day, in your thinking, in your acting, in what you verbally say, how you take in information, where in your life have you been the bravest? And it's my experience that things that have gone well in our life, we breeze right by them. And we never take the time to celebrate those wins. And now, or notice them. Because a lot of times, the wins were easy because we were in alignment with what we were doing. And when things are easy, we don't think they need to be celebrated. And in reality, those are the more important things to celebrate than with emotion, rather than putting our emotion toward the scary stuff, like the fears that we have, or the not enoughness thoughts, or not good enough, or whatever all of that is for you. A lot of times that gets our emotional attention, rather than this thing over here that we did, because it came in. What happens is that when you're in flow, things come easy. And then we don't take the time to go, oh wow, like I've already done that. Like I did this FFT and I didn't stop and recognize it. And because we don't stop and recognize it, the body and the brain goes, oh, well, okay, we'll stay over here where I know what to do with this stuff, this group of stuff. I know what to do. I get to keep her stuck. I'm just doing my job. So let's try and change where the job gets done. Let's try that. You ready? Let's get started. Okay, so in thinking, where in my life have I been brave or the bravest? So even if you just want to think of one instance where you did something really cool, maybe somebody noticed something that you did, or you noticed, or, where in your life have you been the bravest? It might be time to kind of reflect on that and think about that for today as we step into, tomorrow, and then, the fifth day when, we're kind of at the pinnacle of having answered or gone through the workbook, and then we get to maybe start the layout of a map or a step that we're going to commit to, because we're looking to get some commitment. On day 5 is going to be about, you did this. You got some new words that maybe you can describe yourself by now, which is a lot of why I keep asking questions, to get you to go deeper so that you can begin to describe yourself in a different way with different words. What would somebody else say about you? And on that 5th day, then you get to take those thoughts, those bits of information that are you. They're all you. I didn't make it up. You're the one that's writing all this stuff down. You get to take that and begin to design the new you. There's going to be changes along the way. Just because we try something on doesn't mean it's going to fit or feel good the first time. But once we commit to a path or a way of movement, this is where we're getting at, movement, then just like that moment in time that went great and you just breezed over it because you were in flow, we want to get back there again. And you may not know how you got there, but we're going to get you back there. Because being in flow makes life better, easier, more gentle, more true, more honest. It allows you to be more curious. Question number 1 for day 3. Question number 1 for day 3. What new experiences do I want to have this year? What new experiences do I want to have this year? There's a lot. Considering that in the past questions, we took a look at what's freedom look like. Maybe you can pull something out of that question in regards to what new experiences do you want to have. Maybe you can add to that answer, that freedom answer. What excites me most about the woman that I'm becoming? Maybe there's something that is a crossover in that question for you. What new experiences do I want to have this year? And don't don't put a price tag on this. Like if you want to say, for instance, as I mentioned yesterday, if you want to go to Bali and go to a yoga retreat, but you're piss ass broke, don't go there right now. This isn't the time for that. This just says, what new experiences do you want to have this year? Because I will challenge you that once you get in flow, sometimes you'll be very surprised at what opens up. That I know for sure. So don't go crossing out or erasing or underestimating the power of answering a question like this. What new experiences do I want to have? I want to launch a business. I want to take a train ride to Sweden. I want to take a hip hop dance class and be a competitor. Like, I don't know what it is for you. That's up to you. What new experiences do I want to have this year? Got it? And I might add, even though it's not in the question, what feeling does that represent? Because if the body can associate a feeling with that experience that you want to have, a feeling that it's had in the past, I want to feel like I did when I did this. The body has muscle memory, the body has emotional memory, the body remembers all of that. And the body can then say, oh, well, I know how to get you there. So don't underestimate the power of what you've already done, how brave you've already been, what you've already accomplished in your life in regards to questions like this. Deeper. Go deeper. In. Go deeper in. Question number 2 on day 3. What does self-love mean to me at this age? At this age, me, I'm at 69. You might be 21. You could be 40. It doesn't matter. What does self-love mean to me at this age? And I don't just want you to write down self-love means I get to have a manicure, or I get to have a pedicure once a month, or, whatever. Self-love means the thought of, how do I love myself? When I look in the mirror, what are the words that I'm going to say to myself? Even when I don't look good, even when I get up first thing in the morning and my hair's a mess or I'm a mess. What does self-love mean to me at this age? And you could write down that, yeah, I want to take better care of my skin. And what does that mean? You need to get clarity. I want to take better care of my skin. I want to get this treatment, the skin treatment. What does that represent? If you get the skin treatment, what then does that represent to you? And it can't be like, oh, well, if I get this treatment, I'm going to look like Angelina Jolie. No, you're not. Only Angelina Jolie can look like Angelina Jolie. You need to do you. So the self-love that you're going to give to yourself, what is in it for you? How is it going to how differently is it going to make you feel? This is why I wanted to go over this journal with you, because I want to make sure that you're going deeper. Self-love gives you something. What does it give you? what is self-love and what do you get out of it? What's that saying? What's in it for me? WIFM. What's in it? WIIFM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? It's got to be something that's in it for you, because otherwise you're not going to do it. That's the key. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. What's in it for you? Question number 3 on day 3. Oh, this is such a good one. Oh my gosh. Where in my life do I still hold myself back? Where in my life do I still hold myself back? You know, sometimes I go along with stuff just to keep the peace. I'm not a fighter. I really am not a fighter. And because I go along with things, it really does hold me back, because there really is something else that I would rather be doing or learning or reading or, you know, being with somebody else in a different situation. Where in my life do I still hold myself back? And then why do I do it? I know why I do it. I do it to keep peace. Then the question for me is, how can I be different in order to get out of the situation that I don't want to be in, or the group activity that I really have no interest in doing? How do what choices, what words, what behaviors do I need to call forth in order to make that change? So I want you to know that even I do these things. I'm doing this right along with you. Trust me, I'm doing this right along with you. I am on a growth path also. Mine might just look different to you. I've been doing this a little bit longer. Where in my life do I still hold myself back? It's just a great thing to look at. This isn't about being critical of yourself. It is not, or others. It's not about being critical. It's about noticing where you give up on yourself, let yourself down, keep yourself stuck, and do something that is against your boundaries or your values. So we've got to start living by these boundaries and the values. We've got to trust that we are worthy of this woman that we are becoming. And often we underestimate the courage that it took to get us here. Because sometimes it doesn't look dramatic. So we don't give it any thought. Because we think it always has to be like, whoo, this big, the seas are going to part. But you went through a lot to get here. At any age, wherever you are, took you a lot to get here. But courage also shows up in the quiet moments. In the quiet moments. In the whispers. It can show up in saying no for the first time. In making a move across town, across the country, or in my case, to a different country. And I don't know if Poland is my last country. I love Poland. I love so many things about my life. Is it the last country that I'm going to live in? Right now, it is my growth place. I feel rooted. I feel grounded, and I feel like I am growing. It's challenging me every day. These events that we've already been through to get here should be, if we notice them, be building our confidence so that we can be brave again. But it's hard to be brave again if we don't stop and take a look at these moments when we were brave. That's what today is about. Stopping to take a look at that. Just take a look at, as I said earlier when I started this video or this call, is just one moment. Just look at one moment when you were brave. Even if you were scared, like as I said earlier, change doesn't always feel good, but I'm still being brave when I am doing something for the fucking first time, when I am in change mode, when I am in momentum mode. Even if you are scared, even if I'm scared. How did the choice that you made in that moment when you deemed yourself, now that you're looking at it, that you deemed yourself as brave, how did that choice change your path? I think that's a great thing to look at. How did the choice that you made when things turned out right for you, how did the choice that you made when life was good, when you got the promotion, you got the raise, you got a new house, you got a new partner, you got a new car or whatever, how did the choice you made change your path? We can't just look at that event. We have to grab every, like wring it out just like you would a wet towel, like wring out to figure out exactly what was going on then, what we got, where we were, how we felt, how we looked, how we appeared, what did we say that was different from what we might have said at some other time. Like all of these things, you gotta, like a dog digging and, sniffing, like you gotta dig sometimes for these answers. Then once you take a look at that, like what that choice, how that choice might have changed, or did change the path, then you have to take a look at the strengths. What strengths did you discover in yourself from that experience? I do a lot of work. It's most of what I do is I'm a human behavior specialist. So I do what are called DISC assessments on people, and I do them with a company out of Scottsdale, Arizona called TTI Success Insights. And I've been working with them for, 20 some odd years. And I use their assessments because it is my belief that they are the best in the industry. But it is a strengths finding assessment. So it takes a look at both your strengths and your weaknesses. And if anybody wants to take an assessment, there is a cost. If anybody wants to take an assessment, just send me an email or send me a message. I'll get you some pricing and, what role you want me to play in the process, because there's a couple of different avenues. But once you take a look at your strengths, then there's more that you can uncover about yourself. And again, we're looking for words. Words are powerful, right? There's what's that saying? Words are more powerful than a sword, or more mightier than a sword, I think is how it really goes. So the strengths that you discover are those little pieces that we get to extract, and those become descriptive words for you, right? They become the words that you get to, I say, if you were to go to a mountaintop and scream from a mountaintop, the one thing or the several things that you want people to know about you, that's what you would want to go to the mountaintop and scream. Or if you're putting together a CV or a resume, those are the things that you want people to know about you in your resume or your cover letter, or when you're in an interview. Those are things, sorry about that. Oops. So those are things that you want people to know about you. So that's why exercises like this are great. What strengths did you discover in yourself from the experience of you being brave? The mantra in doing this work for today, I love mantras. I think they're very powerful because they're words. And the mind likes words. The mind can create something, right? We have to feed it imagery, but it can also create, from past experiences, these feelings. So it's called a bravery note. Listen to this. I've been brave before, and you have. Even if you think you haven't, you have. I've been brave before. And if you're struggling with this, I want you to send me an email and I want you to tell me, I don't know when I've been brave. And I will hop on a quick call with you and I will get you to see in a matter of a few minutes just how brave you are. Okay? I've been brave before. And guess what? I can be brave again. Your body has the memory of when you were brave. You just have to recall that experience so your body goes, oh, you want brave again? I can give you that. That's how this all works. That's why it's important to do this work. I hope this is helpful. I'm excited about what's about to come or unfold for you. Again, this is day 3 of the 5-day Who Is She Starter Journal mini course. Again, questions, comments, don't forget, please share this information. I will tell you, there are so many people, women in particular, out there that need this information, and it's free. You would be giving them a gift. Don't hesitate to share this with someone. This is important work for all of us as we go and grow and navigate the intricacies of what's going on in the world today and how we stay true to who we are and drown out all the other noise. Good? Are we good? I hope so. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Ciao.